Today we're going to be installing color match powder coated suspension on my steel body 6.7. So hopefully I will be able to turn. So if y'all are new here, when I bought this truck, I had previously purchased a full stock suspension set for this truck and my 6.0. Y'all don't know the 6.0, hasn't been on the channel in a while, but part of that was I got springs, I got a leveling kit. It's a 2.5-inch leveling kit, spring purchase, PMF, dual steering stabilizer setup, PMF track bar, stock radius arms, which we also powdered, and a few other little things. But I powdered everything for this truck, and then the blue truck wreck happened, and I haven't really been able to work on stuff. So finally, we're going to be installing all that on this truck today. So let's get it up in the air, get some jack stands on it, get the wheels and tires off, and let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty guys, so we got this thing up, stands under the frames, front wheels off. What we're gonna do for today, we're just doing springs, purchase, and leveling kit. Shocks, I'm gonna do an extender because this is gonna be a temporary setup. And then we're gonna see how off the track is on the front. And then I have a new track bar, the PMF adjustable bar if we need it. So what we're gonna do to get started here, pop the brake line bracket off the perch, and then the same for the ABS lines over here, which is what my grandpa's working on right now. And once we get these loose, we'll put a jack under the radius arm, get the shocks loose, get the sway bar link bolt or nut off. That way this can drop. And we'll do these one side at a time. That way nothing gets wacky. And if you tilt the axle, it actually makes these go in a lot easier. So that is that. This is not going to be a how-to video. As y'all know, I don't do how-to videos, but this will at least get us going. Alrighty guys, so we got our powder coated leveling kit, our new purchase, and our color matched powder coated to the caribou brown springs installed, as well as our little shock extension brackets. I got some dirt on them, but don't worry about that. All this will get cleaned at some point, but we went ahead, we had to pull the track bar off. So we're gonna do that. That's gonna be a different video because there's gonna have to be some adjustment and all that sort of thing going. But everything is back together. All the factory stuff is in. So when we get the track bar in, get that adjusted and everything, I'll catch y'all then, and we'll get this thing back on the ground with our KG1s, and well, we'll go from there. So these actually, color match wise, look really close. Now I also have the radius arms are also powdered. Those are in my office. We're not going to do those today. I do not have time to do those today. I have a set of headlights in the back seat of this thing to tear apart to go to paint tomorrow or Tuesday. I have a full bed full of stuff that's going to sandblast tomorrow or Tuesday. So we do not have time to do the radius arms and push the bushings in and all that stuff. So we're not going to worry about that. I also have a PMF dual steering stabilizer kit that we're also not going to do today because, again, I do not have time. And I plan to polish the shocks. And if you're wondering why we kept the stock shocks here, that is because, again, this is a temporary setup. And, well, I'm not buying new shocks to run for maybe a few weeks to, again, then get replaced. So, anyway, we're going to work on this track bar, like I said, and then we'll get this thing back on the ground, and we'll take a look and see how it looks. All right, y'all. So, as you can see, we're not at the house. It's actually a few days later. So, the part of YouTube that y'all don't see is after a weekend of doing stuff like this, it takes me about 2 to 3 days to be able to move my arms again because of my shoulder and stuff. But either way, it is everything is on here. Now, it didn't quite go up as much as I had anticipated. It's about a 1/2 inch short of where it should have been, but either way, it is on there. So at some point I'm going to order, well, I plan on doing a taller setup than this, but this is going to be temporary. But what I might do in the meanwhile is take that 2.5 inch out, order a 3 inch for the top, and see if that would get me to my 2.5 inches that I wanted to be, or order something larger and go for the full 3 inch. And the reason I say that is I think these springs that I powdered are from a 6.0. So that's that. But the front end is a little bit shifted, so I still have to adjust that. As you can see, hopefully. It's not a ton, but I didn't mess with it because I want to bring it up some more in the front. So as far as rubbing goes on the flares, it's pretty much the exact same. I might get another 1/4 turn out of the steering wheel, but that's about it. And another thing, my steering wheel is upside down. There's an adjuster under here to be able to adjust your steering wheel, and mine is frozen. So this guy is froze. So that's that. We do have a little bit of slinky mod going on with the springs, but I have a fix for that as well. So let me hop back up in here and let's talk about this just a little. Okay, so the reason why this happens with steering wheel, for those of you who may not know, is with these trucks, with the solid axle and all the stuff, you have a tie rod bar that goes from wheel to wheel, spindle to spindle, or knuckle, or whatever you want to call it. I guess it technically is a knuckle. But either way, you have your tie rod bar and you have your drag link. Your drag link goes from the steering box, your pitman arm, down to the passenger side knuckle. That's what actually turns it. Well, when you separate the frame and the suspension, it pulls that bar, making your steering wheel crooked. So I believe we need to lengthen it, if I remember that correctly. Bear with me. I still have a brain injury. But we still need to adjust that. That's why my steering wheel is crooked. And then the reason the front axle isn't centered under the truck is because the adjustable track bar we set to be at 3 inches of lift, and it is more like 2. So typically speaking, because that follows your drag link to the passenger side over there, when you lift these trucks, the axle pulls to the driver's side. It's just how it goes. So we need to take a little bit of length out of the track bar, shorten that up. That'll pull the axle over, but I'm not going to do that yet because I want to actually set the truck at 3 inches of lift, get it up a little bit more, so hopefully we can have a little bit more turning radius, or at least that's the idea for right now with our temporary setup here. At some point, I do think I want to go up to like a 5 or 6 inch lift, somewhere in there. I don't want the truck to be too tall because I don't want to do a ton of stuff on the back. So I think we're going to set it at 5, see how 5 goes, and then we'll go from there, if that makes sense. So anyway, that is that. But guys, that is going to be a wrap for this one. In the next video, we're going to be installing the PMF adjustable track bar on this truck, which is already installed here today, but y'all didn't see the process of it. And well, we'll go from there. But Anyway, guys, if y'all enjoyed today's video, maybe you found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.